I know I say bitch a lot, but they sure do be throwing bitch around on here, honey. I said, woo, oh my. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Okay. Thank you guys for clicking on the video. This is actually going to be my review for Cutting It in the ATL, and this is actually season 2, and this is episode 2. We're going to start right off where we left off at. Old messy ass Trey and messy ass Deedra got their ass down there at the radio station to meet Jazzy. And they come in, and say, we're so sorry, we wanted to apologize about how we basically turned your event into a fiasco, and everything. And she was like, I appreciate that and everything. And they're like, we really wanted to do it publicly, so we wanted to do it on the radio. We wanted to apologize. And she said, well, that's really nice, So she went on to put them on. Baby, they sidetracked, and bamboozled Jazzy. They got up on there and went on, and when Deidre, she apologized, and then she starts out, and she says, my spies are fake. This, that, thing, the other. She spilled all the tea about the $50 weave shops. And Jazzy was like, wait a minute. Then got her again, got her out hanging out there, make her look messy. She like, I didn't know anything about this. They told me they were going to apologize. I said, let me shut their mics off and everything. And she did that. Of course, Beauty was ratting and then heard the radio broadcast and heard what was going on and immediately called Maya. Maya's going on about, I don't know nobody named Patricia. But then all in the same conversation, she referred to Patricia as Pat. Girl, quit your playing. Quit your playing. Anyway, so moving on. Pat and Deidre end up having a little situation. Pat went on down to Deidre's shop, and basically she let her know, I don't even appreciate you and Trey going behind my back and giving out my information to carry it on. I didn't need y'all to carry the bone for me. I could do it myself. And Deidre's like, oh no, honey, you was too laid back and this, that, and the other, and I needed you to be able to take her down, this, that, and the other. And I'm looking at Deidre like, girl, you are crazy. Like, you're crazy. You're literally sitting here making it seem as though your behavior is acceptable. Bitch, are you crazy? But Pat basically cussed Deidre out, and she told her, and Deidre didn't even get bothered. She started laughing. She said, now that's the Pat that I wanted to see. That's who I wanted to see. I said, Deidre is out of her fucking mind. So that was that. And she went on, she told her, you don't know me. Don't fuck with me. You don't know me. I said, come on, Pat. Come on, bitch. You better show up and show out. So Pat went on out, and I'm like, Pat was totally different Pat than what we've seen at the school, which was, it makes sense. I mean, she owns the school, so no, she shouldn't be at the school acting a damn fool. She had her hair did up, and she had her little shit on. She's in suede, I think it was suede fringe, and yeah, had her little cowboy hat and her boots and shit. She came down there and rode the fuck out of Deidre real quick. I said, okay. And she rolled on off and let her know, I don't need no motherfucking band behind me, honey. I got this. She rolled on out. I said, come on, Pat. Then we got Musa. Musa took her old ass down there. But first of all, they had a little scene there, their little kids. Their little kids was cute. And they sitting there feeding the kids. I said, I guess they didn't want them to make a mess. Because I know you could tell that both the kids know how to feed themselves. They're big enough to feed themselves. But they was cute as a family unit. They really were. The two little kids looked just like a cross of Musa and her husband. Cute little family. So I'm going to say that, and I ain't being shady. They're a cute little family unit. They really are. But they was feeding them some old dry-ass noodles. What the fuck kind of dry-ass noodles is them? I mean, these noodles, they had no hydrant, honey. They was dry as a motherfucker. They was sticking together. I said, girl. Even oodles the noodles got some sauce, bitch. Anyway, but she goes down there and bum rushes LaKenya's damn shop. Coming there talking about, yeah, I always forget the name of her. What is it? Ghetto curls, jazzy curls, that ugly shit that she sells. She got this big ass picture of herself she done put up on the wall. And I'm like, she's really extra. Like, she's aggravating to watch because she's so extra. It's like, bitch, you be doing too much. But she done bum rushed her way in there, hung up a big old picture of herself, put the little stuff on the shelf and all this. And telling her, girl, I'm doing something good for you, this, that, and the other. She's talking to her, because she talks down to her all the time. She talks down to everybody. That's just her way. And she's doing it all in front of a client. And I'm like, I done threw her bitch the fuck out of my place. But anyway, she told her, you come on over to my shop. She ends up going over to Mashia's shop. When she goes in there, she got a client in the chair. She talked down to her. She's answering her all these different questions, basically like putting her through like a training type of situation and telling her, oh no, you're wrong about this, you're wrong about that, all in front of a client, making her look foolish. You don't know this, you don't know that. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna teach you. What really saying nothing much for real at all. Then you gonna sit there and tell her about how to detangle somebody's hair. And why the fuck don't you know how to detangle somebody's hair, LaKenya? Like, what, really? Why don't you know the proper way to detangle anybody's hair? Like, that's like hair 101, bitch. Like, are you crazy? Anyway, it was just, I was embarrassed for her. I was like, this is just crazy. She set it in there. Then she's telling her how you have to be a walking your product. So she gonna take and tell her you're cutting your extensions out. I mean, she just talks to this girl like she's crazy. And LaKenya just listened to whatever anybody fucking says. So she literally let her cut her goddamn weave out and redid her hair in that whatever them curls is in this big lion's mane hairdo. And you know what I have to say? She really did hook her up. The hair looked nice. She hooked up. Her hair looks nice. I can't even read it. It looked nice for what it is. It looks nice. But the bitch wouldn't tell me how I gotta wear my hair and all that shit and changing my business and how I do business and all that. That's bullshit. She wouldn't do that. And then I'm looking around her salon and there was bitches in there with colored hair, straight hair, flat ironed, and everything else. So no, everybody ain't gotta look like no African Barbie doll. But whatever. But that, you know what? If you find a fool somewhere along the way, you supposed to treat him like a fool. So she doing LaKenya just right because LaKenya's a fucking idiot. Anyway, moving on. Next, we got Maya and Beauty. They get together and they get to talk. And this top Maya had on was way too small. Titties just as smashed. That looks ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But her and Beauty are going back and forth, and they're basically talking about this business. She wants to do that little pop-up shop situation. Beauty has this hot mess ass blonde weave. It was terrible. And the strange thing about it, in her confessionals, is bone straight. It's in a bone straight in a wrap type of thing situation. It's flat ironed or whatever. It looks really good. But it's curled when she was sitting there. It looks fucking horrible. But anyway, so she's sitting there with that. She's telling Maya, I invested $10,000 into your business. Now I want you to invest $60,000 into my business. She didn't have a complete plan. She didn't have any figures worked out. All she could tell her is a mobile salon and my customers is going to be college students. It's going to be $100 a girl. First of all, dumb bitch, most girls in college can't even afford no $100 to get their hair done. Maybe once, but not on no consistent basis. Crazy ass. But anyway, Maya's like, girl, you need a whole business plan. I'm a finance major. I went to school for finance. I need to see everything in black and white, honey. You got this incomplete, she with that pinky swear business deal shit. I was like, yeah, she's an idiot. Beauty's be playing at being a business owner. She's really some bargain basement type of bitch for real, for real. And really like 10,000 versus 60,000. Why I want to put $60,000 into your business? You ain't putting 10 into mine. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. Trey and Deedra get together, and them two messy motherfuckers, they actually had a whole conversation about how Pat came into the salon, and they literally just laughed. Just laughed at Pat. They think Pat's a joke. And in some ways she is, but in other ways I think that she really, really ain't. I think that we're going to see a whole lot about Pat that's a whole lot different than what they expected. I think before this is all over with, said and done, I think Pat going to drag the fuck out of Deidre and Trey, and I am so motherfucking here for it. But anyway, moving on. Beauty decides to go and tell her staff about the whole beauty pop-up shop situation, and I'm laughing at her in her salon with people with color on their fucking eyebrows. I'm like, why are you filming that? Anyway, that's a hairdresser thing. All you hairdressers that are, all you cosmetologists with license, you know what I'm talking about. No fuck you sitting up there, you filming some motherfucker with bleach on their eyebrows, bitch. She's an idiot when it comes to business, but anyway, Beauty's foolish. But her staff was really excited about it. She actually did hold like a you know, a little event where she went down and did some hair, and the girls did show up and they turned out and everything. And Maya showed up, and Maya's told her again, girl, when you get all the paperwork together, we will talk. But until then, no, I'm not going to, you got to get all together. In the meantime, in between time, here at that event, LaKenya was at the event. And she's over there doing hair and everything and all that. And that's the first time that Maya saw LaKenya with the World of Curls in her head and told her that it looked a mess. She's like, child, it looks like a poodle or something. Just look a mess. But it didn't. She was just hating. But what she did do is fired her. She fired her. She dropped her right from her investment. She was like, you can't carry mine and hers. It's a conflict of interest. And she dropped her. And you could see all in LaKenya's face. She was ready to cry. And I was like, well, damn. Again, see, because you tried to play. You ain't paid attention to everything that you had going on, and now you done fucked up. You done fucked up because you weren't selling as much of the hair. You know, she keeps making reference to this one client, but she was obviously selling that pretty hair. So you done fucked up and then lost your whole investment with pretty hair, which I don't see legally how you can do all that, because if she invested $10,000, I don't think you could just drop her like that. But whatever. Again, I don't know what the contract was, and knowing LaKenya, she don't even know what the fuck she signed fucking around with Maya. But Maya told her she was dropped and that she would not be doing business with her anymore. And I just laughed. That's what the fuck you get, always trying to be the shit, bitch, and don't know what you're doing. So that's that. So she was feeling kind of stupid. Next thing, we got Pat versus Maya. Maya invites Pat over so they could talk. Pat came right in, being a bitch from the door. She was being a bitch. And she wasn't playing no games with Maya. Maya was like, oh, I bought you some flowers. Girl, I don't like no flowers, child. She said, oh, well, I'll save my coins, girl. I'll use these for my house. She said, is that what you bought them with, coins? I said, oh my gosh. So they were going back and forth, and she was, Maya was saying, girl, well, first of all, you didn't patent the idea. And I didn't know anything about you, didn't know nothing about your existence, this, that, thing, and the other. I believe Maya's lying, but it doesn't matter. Pat told her she was lying. And they went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Next thing I know, Pat started knocking shit over, pulling the rugs up and shit, and cutting up. And she was like, well, wait a minute, honey. She asked her to leave and everything. And Pat was like, I'll leave when I fucking get ready. She was in there showing her motherfucking ass. Child, Maya gave, well, that's fine, girl. How about we call a little 911, honey? I said, well, all right, bitch, for 911 and hold, honey. And it was getting kind of crunk, Pat was like, I ain't leaving yet. And then the next thing I know, like production started getting involved because Pat was getting a little too close to Maya. Then Maya got all tough. Like I clocked that. She got all tough. But she wasn't getting tough before. She's like, I'll fucking kick your motherfucking ass after there were like 9 people in between them. When Pat stood in her face and said, you're a trifling, lying ass bitch. She didn't even have a response. And she was standing right here. And I can't even imagine. I'd have been, girl, you standing in my salon and called me a lying, trifling ass bitch. Girl, I'd have gave her lips real quick and hard and fast, honey. She ain't did nothing. So you got 9 people in between them. And then I'll kick her fucking ass. I said, my girl, bye. Anyway, that Pat ain't wrapped too tight, honey. I was like, come on, Pat. Come on through, bitch. Turned the whole damn salon out there to call the police. But that's where we ended out at. It was very interesting. Very interesting. So, I'm rolling with y'all. This is some shit here, honey. Said, all right, well, that's it, y'all. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You know how that works. And I'll see y'all next week. All right, y'all. Bye.